Okay guys, this is why you had a crack forming in your fireplace. The hearth, which is this section here, which sticks out beyond the fireplace, is like most fireplace hearths, has a cantilevered support system underneath it, and it sunk down in the front edge of it, dropped below its original position. You can see here, I've got this level pretty much leveled out. You can see it's touching back there, and here you can see, oops, here you can see the gap to the front of the bricks is about 1.25 inches. So this edge, the leading edge of your hearth, dropped from its original level position, which should have been here, down to here. And it could be a number of things. It could have been they had inadequate support, or the beam that lies underneath this edge here, that runs to the main carrying beam that comes down, I think underneath that wall there. It dropped. It either deflected because of a weak support system under there. It deflected downwards, and the fireplace hearth dropped at that edge. It may be that it's reached its lowest most point and it won't go any further. And we can determine that after I fill this, fill the mortar hole here in this crack here to make it safe for you to use your fireplace. We can watch it over time. If this line here, this mortar line, continues to open up, we can put some steel columns underneath the leading edge of your hearth, underneath in that crawl space, and it won't go any further down. It may be that it's at its furthest point now. The beam is deflected as much as it ever will, and once I fill this crack, everything will be fine and it'll stabilize. But you can see here, this brick, which is sitting on the hearth, it's remained attached to the hearth at this mortar joint here. It dropped, this brick dropped with the hearth, and this brick just above it stayed attached to the fireplace, or the chimney basically. And so you can see that crack there. The brick has dropped down on its leading edge about 1/2 inch. Because it stayed attached to this hearth, so you know that's what ended up happening. The hearth dropped. So I'll fill this in, and we'll watch it over a period of time. This is where, Anders, you will drop your ash collection trapdoor that you'll order on Amazon. There's a link I sent you an email. You'll just drop it into this place here. It has a flange that will come up over the brick here, keep it from dropping all the way in, and the door will be able to swing open so you can put more ashes in there. I actually checked down in there and I vacuumed out a good portion of the collection area underneath to see if I could actually find the original trapdoor, thinking maybe it dropped in there, and I didn't end up finding it. It's too difficult the way that they made that clean out down below to really get my vacuum in there to vacuum it out. So that's the long and short of it. You should be able to, after I finish, you should be able to have a fire within a week. Don't have one until you put that trap door in that you order, and it is, the trap door size is the opening is 5 inches by 9 inches, which is standard. So when you order one, order a 5x9 trapdoor, and it'll pop right in there, okay? Okay, I am in your crawl space and looking at the chimney. This is the living room. That is the room on the other side of the living room. The chimney is right in the center. So this is the cantilevered hearth. You can see that it comes off the chimney right here. They usually pour a mortar and sometimes re-rod reinforced mortar on top of this wood that they've laid out here across here. And it's pitched in an upward direction, and its leading edge is sitting on this beam that runs across here to the main carrying beam. You can see it from an end profile here. These are the two main carrying members for that hearth. And it appears that this end of it is dipped down. It could just be these two beams here, these looks like 2x8s. It probably deflected down because it is a pretty significant run over the front foundation. They run all the way across here to this main beam. And those two, basically two sister joists, carry the weight of just the hearth. So that's the brick and mortar sticking out in front of your fireplace. Okay? On this side of the chimney is your door to access the ash collection chamber, which is right in there. I've never seen one like this before. They got a brick right in the center, which basically prevents you from digging in there with tools or whatever to dig out the pile of ashes. But I took out probably a 5-gallon pail full of ashes before I started the project. Cleared it out a little bit so you have more space in there. And it's good to keep that cleaned out so it doesn't fill up as you burn wood and make ashes.